actually funny, man. When Honda first tried to sell these cars in the States, they actually ended up having to force their motorcycle dealers to take on these cars and sell them for them.
This was probably used to print postcards, invitations, things like that that had a photograph involved with them. You gotta understand it was a lot different back then. You know, people had cameras at home.
First customer walks in carrying something that looks like a small time machine. It's an antique cigar store countertop lighter, he says. Rick perks up instantly. 1920s tech, nickel finish, even reproduction batteries made to look period correct. He flips the switch, and it sparks to life. Rick jumps back. It's a cigarette lighter slash stun gun. The old man chuckles. Safer than Chumlee behind the counter. The seller grins. I'm asking $1,500. Rick's wallet twitches nervously.
This is an antique cigar store countertop cigar lighter.
Do you know what year it is?
About 1920, 1930, right in there.
Okay.
Rick admits it's in great condition, complete with cigar burns for authenticity. But as always, he lowballs. I'll give you $900. The seller pushes for $1,300. Rick stays firm. A grand final offer. The man nods. Deal. Rick laughs. This thing scares me a little. And honestly, same. Cigars, gasoline, asbestos wick. Who needs fireworks when you can light up like it's 1925?
Cigarette lighter slash stun gun.
Back in the early 1900s, big lighters like this could be found anywhere people bought and smoked cigars. But eventually, big lighters like this went out of fashion.
Cut to Chumlee and Corey, mid-prank war recap. Chum tried to trick Corey with a fake lottery ticket. Corey figured it out, so now he's plotting revenge. I emailed him a list of errands and painted something on the back of his truck, Corey says proudly. Rick can barely hide his smirk. What's it say? Corey grins. Wave if you think I look like a walrus. Rick bursts out laughing. That's evil, Corey beams. He's gonna be honked at all day.
Chum and I have a score to settle. I tried to prank him with a fake lottery ticket and it backfired.
You think your little fake lottery ticket fooled me? Come on, big hoss.
So I'm getting him back, and I thought I'd show my dad how I was doing it.
Wave if you think I look like a walrus.
Next, a customer walks in holding a check signed by Aaron Burr. Rick's history radar goes off immediately. The guy who killed Alexander Hamilton? The seller nods proudly. That's the one. Rick gives a full-blown lecture. They dueled in 1804. He killed Hamilton and basically destroyed his career. Chumlee interrupts, so it wasn't a hunting accident? Rick just stares. No, Chum, it was murder. The seller's asking price? $2,010. Because as he says, I want you to pay with a Hamilton.
You know Alexander Hamilton, the guy in the $10 bill?
Yeah.
This is the guy that killed him.
Okay.
You're not a dueler yourself, Aaron.
Are you challenging me?
Rick loves it but wants an expert opinion. It's clearly signed, but there's a line through the name. Need to verify authenticity. He calls in his document guy, Stuart, the history whisperer. The seller waits around, confident. If it's good, we'll make a deal today, he says. Rick's hoping it's the real deal, and not another fake like Chumlee's rare Elvis napkin from season 5.
It says 3 pounds right here. What's that dollar value?
3 pounds back then was literally 3 pounds of silver. The equivalent of $4,000?
So this is a big check.
Stewart arrives and instantly drops historical gold. Burr and Hamilton hated each other from the start, he explains. They dueled in New Jersey because it was less illegal there. Rick nods like a proud student. Stewart analyzes the signature. Aaron Burr tilted his name 45 degrees and flat-topped his R's. He compares it to verified samples and grins. It's genuine, signed by Burr himself. Rick pumps his fist. Awesome. Then Stewart adds the gut punch. Retail value? Around $750. Rick's face drops like Bitcoin in 2018.
Is this the item you called me about?
This is the item. This is an Aaron Burr canceled check.
Very cool. I own Stewart Let's Historic Documents, a firm that buys, sells, authenticates, and appraises historic documents.
Rick's deflated. He killed Hamilton? Shouldn't that increase the value? Stewart chuckles. In collectibles, reputation is everything. Aaron Burr's got none. If this were Washington, 5 figures easy. Burr, barely 4 digits. Rick thanks him, but you can tell he's bummed. The seller jokes, want a duel for it? Rick smirks. I'd win. I'd shoot first.
Aaron Burr sort of has a, for lack of a better word, a negative reputation in the collecting field, and reputation is collectability.
Well, I've seen cutouts go for better prices than that. I'm not sure that I agree with it.
Negotiation time. Rick opens at $500. The seller insists on $750. They haggle like a math class gone wrong. $640. $610? $620. Rick grins. $610. Final. The seller sighs. You got me. Deal done. As he walks out, he admits he'll just find another historic check to fill the frame. Rick laughs. That's one way to erase history.
I wouldn't go less than the $750 there.
Thinking like $500 is a really fair price.
Well, is that just for the oil painting on the frame, or is that for the check?
Cut to Corey setting up the next prank. He's not done with Chumlee yet. He's sending him on errands all over Vegas with special instructions. Rick just watches, amused. I love a good prank, but Corey gets too into it. Sure enough, Chum's truck is now a moving billboard of humiliation. A few hours later, Chum realizes and scrubs it off, fuming. Corey grins. He won't get the last laugh. Oh, Corey, you sweet summer child.
Don't screw around. I need you back here as soon as you can.
You know I love getting out of the shop.
I know, dude, but hurry up. I painted something on the back of Chum's truck that will definitely get him a lot of attention. Now I'm sending him out on some errands, and people are gonna be waving and honking at him all day.
Suddenly, popcorn explosion. Corey's rigged the old man's lot with popped kernels everywhere. The old man storms out like a Vegas volcano. I want this cleaned up now. Corey tries to explain, but it's too late. You better clean it up, or I'll kick your damn ass. Grandpa's done with the prank war. Corey sheepishly nods. Lesson learned, maybe.
I want all this popcorn off my lot.
I'll get it cleaned up, Grandpa.
You better. I'm gonna kick your damn ass.
New scene. Rick meets a young woman selling her 1960 Chevy Corvair. It's baby blue, shiny, and sounds like a dream. Would you like to hear the horn? She asks. Rick smiles. Sure, it honks. Off-key and weird. Rick blinks. That's unique, she laughs. Yeah, I thought it was funny. She's asking $10,000. Rick and Corey exchange the universal pawn shop look. Here we go.
What do we have here?
My 1960 Chevy Corvair.
I like it. Let's hear the horn. That's not stock, is it?
No.
Rick nerds out. This was GM's big innovation. Rear engine, air-cooled, like a Volkswagen. Corey adds, didn't Ralph Nader call it unsafe at any speed? Rick nods. Exactly, but collectors love them. The seller explains it's in great shape. New seatbelts, working horn, only slips out of gear sometimes. Rick deadpans. That's not a selling point.
Volkswagen and Corvairs were the only ones with the engine in the back. Corvair was GM's attempt at a revolutionary new car. They were trying to compete with other cars that were gaining popularity, like the Volkswagen.
Rick takes it for a test drive with Corey. He's optimistic at first, until he starts turning. The steering's all over the place. Corey yells, "You have to fight this thing." Rick laughs nervously. It's like driving a boat on land. Then they smell exhaust. That's not good, Rick mutters. Corey calls it death trap. Rick sighs. Still, there's money here. If the price is right.
Do you mind if we take it for a spin?
Sure.
Okay. You got the keys?
Yeah.
These cars are definitely collectible. Considering this car is over 50 years old, I gotta make sure everything is cool before I even make an offer.
They return the car and gently break the news. Rick explains the issues. Gear slipping, exhaust leak, wobbly steering. You're asking way too much. The seller insists it's worth $8,000 by insurance. Corey nearly faints. I'd offer $3,000, tops. She declines politely. No deal then. Rick shakes her hand, still smiling. At least now we know it drives, kinda.
I mean, they had to redesign everything to make this car. It's got a rear air-cooled engine, independent suspension. They took some chances making this car.
Rick wraps up the dealless day with a sigh. Cool car, but not $10,000 cool. He and Corey walk back inside as Chumlee and the old man trade sarcastic glares. Chum's ready to prank again, but Grandpa's done. Not funny, he barks. Corey and Chumlee just smirk, already scheming. The old man growls, "You boys keep it up, and I'll prank you into the next century." Cut to laughter, and one very angry grandpa.
So, this is cool, but I don't know what to think of it, man.
Feels like a death trap.
This might not be Corey's bag, but there's actually some money here. There's a lot of collectors that love these cars. If she'll come down on the price, I think I can make some money here.
Rick pops in one last jab. "Hey Pops, popcorn's on me." The old man glares. "You moron." Rick laughs. "Watch and learn, boys." Fade to black on the ultimate pawn shop truth. History, humor, and endless pranks. Just another day in Vegas.
Chumlee thinks he's prank-proof, but I invited him to the conference room for a special meeting where I set something up that will even the score.
Don't sit in that chair.
Why?
I rigged that chair with an air horn for Chumlee.
First customer of the day brings in something legendary, a Pony Express Bible. Yeah, you heard that right. This guy claims it's one of only 300 ever printed in 1859, handed out to Pony Express riders. Rick's instantly interested, but skeptical, because this show has taught us that for every real artifact, there's 5 found-it-in-a-barn fakes waiting to happen. Seller says he wants $5,000. Rick's eyebrow instantly twitches.
This is a Pony Express Bible.
Okay, so it's a quick read?
Quick read.
Nothing to it at all.
Rick launches into history mode, explaining how the Pony Express carried mail from Missouri to California in just 10 days, charging by the ounce. Basically a relay race with horses, he says proudly. Corey cracks a joke. Seems dumb to weigh down the horse with a Bible. Fair point. Seller insists riders had to take an oath on it before joining. Rick's intrigued but still cautious, especially since the spine's falling apart. He calls for Rebecca, the shop's book expert, because when Rick doesn't know, he calls a guy.
They charge by the ounce, and you could basically get mail from Missouri to California in 10 days, which was just astronomical speed back then.
Rebecca arrives to inspect the Bible. She immediately clarifies there are more than a dozen in existence, though still rare. She explains that Russell Majors, the devout founder of the Pony Express, did hand out Bibles, but not all were official Pony Express issues. The seller's eyes widen as she explains the difference between Overland Mail Company and Pony Express. Turns out this one's Overland Mail, not Pony Express. Rick's face says it all. Well, that's awkward.
This is a Pony Express Bible.
Okay.
From what I've found, there's only 12 known to exist. Maybe this is number 13.
The 12 known that you're thinking, that's a 1960 census.
Rebecca continues. An official Pony Express Bible would have presented by Russell, Majors, and Waddell, stamped in gold on the cover. This one doesn't. The seller's crestfallen. It's not the holy grail he thought it was. But then Rebecca surprises everyone. Even as Overland Mail, it's still worth about $6,000 to $7,000. Rick practically chokes. In that shape? She nods. Yes, in that shape. Suddenly, this wrecked old book's looking mighty blessed.
The first thing I do when I get off that thing is go to the bar.
Yes, exactly, right? These guys led a rough life. To ask them to not drink, not swear, I mean, that would be a lot of self-control.
Rick starts negotiating. Seller wants $5,000. Rick goes in at $2,500. The seller holds strong, saying collectors pay top dollar for rare Americana. Rick argues, yeah, but 99.9% of people don't want a $5,000 Bible. They go back and forth until Rick locks it in at $3,000 flat. The seller hesitates, then takes it. Another deal sealed, another relic saved from a dusty attic. Rick's grin says it all. Holy prophet, Batman.
You won't go 35.
Nope.
Yeah, you will.
I'll go $3,000.
All right, you got a deal. I'll take it.
All right.
Meanwhile, we cut back to Lily's big review. Rick's giving the classic motivational speech. You're a fast learner. You show up on time. You're gonna do great. The old man chimes in, proud that she didn't pick up Chumley's habits. Then Rick drops a twist. He's offering her a part-time job. Lily's thrilled. Chumley cracks, so you failed, huh? The old man smirks. Word to your mother. This shop could run on sarcasm alone.
All right, so we've been thinking about it. Your internship's over, but we're thinking if you wanted to, we could give you like a part-time job because you're still in college and you probably need the money.
You guys are gonna pay me now?
I can't have you work here for free forever.
Back on the floor, Lily's first paid day is off to a rough start. Chumley's got her polishing silver. She's confused. I don't even know how to polish silver. Chumley just shrugs. You'll learn. Rick catches her mid-buffing and realizes Chum's using her as free labor. He's not turning Lily into his personal assistant again, Rick scolds him. And honestly, dad energy level, maximum.
Red side first, you gotta put some elbow grease into it.
Doesn't seem like something I should be doing. I don't even know how to polish silver.
You'll learn, trust me, this is what Rick wants.
Then chaos. Chumley and Corey are literally tossing a football around inside the shop. Rick storms in mid-play. You guys are at work, Chumley protests. I'm on my lunch break in 10 minutes. It's pre-lunch. Rick's unimpressed. Corey jokes, maybe you're just mad Lily's not doing your work anymore. Rick shoots daggers. The tension, palpable. The comedy, peak pawn stars.
Can you hand me that ball?
No, a place to play, it's a place to work.
We're not playing, we're throwing the ball.
I'm on my lunch break.
And I'm gonna go on my lunch break in 10 minutes.
Next customer enters, Rabbi Mel Hecht, holding a haunting World War II poster. The text reads, all the men of Litis, Czechoslovakia have been shot. Rick's instantly moved. It's dark, powerful, and unlike any poster they've seen before. The rabbi explains it was made by Ben Shahn, depicting Nazi atrocities after the assassination of Reinhard Heydrich. Rick calls in, you guessed it, Mark Hall Patton, history wizard and hat enthusiast.
Yes, I'm Rabbi Mel Hecht, and this is an original poster depicting the Nazi brutality.
All the men of Litis, Czechoslovakia have been shot.
Mark arrives and immediately identifies it, an authentic World War II propaganda poster by Ben Shahn. He breaks it down. Heydrich was assassinated. Nazis retaliated by wiping out the entire village of Litis. They killed everyone, erased the town, even the name. Corey shakes his head. If you can read this and not get pissed off, there's something wrong with you. The rabbi nods solemnly. Amen to that.
That is gnarly. That's one of the really well-known posters of World War II.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Ben Shahn was the artist on this. He was a Lithuanian that moved to America.
The rabbi asks $3,000. Rick's interested, but cautious. He knows World War II posters vary wildly in price. Corey estimates they could sell it for about $2,000 to $2,200. Rick offers $1,500 straight-faced. The rabbi smiles. Deal. They shake hands, both men knowing this poster belongs in better hands. History preserved, lesson learned, and a little redemption after all that Chumley nonsense.
I mean, how much were you looking to get out of it?
$3,000.
Yeah, I've seen the poster before. I think we could probably get $2,000, $2,200 out of it if we sold it.
Next up, we go from history to Star Wars. A customer rolls in with a full-size R2-D2 Pepsi vending machine. Corey lights up like a kid. The guy proudly says he owns 2,000 Star Wars items and even runs a collectible shop in Brazil. Corey laughs. Judging by your shirt, you're definitely a fan. The man says he bought it in Japan. Only 2,000 made. Corey knows that line all too well. If it's made to collect, it usually isn't collectible.
This is a Pepsi R2-D2 vending machine.
All right.
This is the drawer you were looking for.
More of a C-3PO guide.
Oh, really?
They plug it in. It works. The lights flash. The sounds beep. It even dispenses sodas. It's awesome. But Corey's all business. He explains that since it was released during the prequel era, everyone hoarded them. If everyone saves it, it's not rare, he says. The seller wants $5,000. Corey counters with $1,000. The man's shocked. You'd have thousands of people lining up to see this. Corey deadpans. Yeah, I've got Picassos in the back too.
And you got 2 dispensers. It usually holds around 10 cans each. So you just press the button.
Definitely cool, and there's a market for it. We have a few issues though.
The seller tries for $3,500. Corey won't budge. If you change your mind, the offer stands. The seller leaves disappointed, muttering that $1,000 a lowball. Corey just shrugs. Another day, another fan convinced their merch is gold. Honestly, you can't blame him. If I owned an R2-D2 fridge, I'd probably overprice it too.
I'd offer you about $1,000 for it.
Can you go like 3,500?
No, buddy, I can't. If you really need to sell it, come back. My offer stands, all right?
All right, I'll have a look around.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks.
We close with Chumley trying to post a new intern ad online. How much do we pay interns? He asks Rick. Rick doesn't even look up. Don't worry about it. Chumley claims he misses mentoring after Lily's departure. The old man mutters, we should get another turnaround here. Rick grins. What? So we can get rid of the village idiot? The camera pans to Chumley. He's thinking way too hard about that one. Fade to black. Another day, another disaster avoided. Mostly.
How much do we pay interns around here?
What do you want to know?
Well, I was about to place an ad online looking for a new intern. I just wanted to know how much they made.
You know what, chum? I will take care of that part of my business.
The episode starts with Rick in full history teacher mode, talking about avocados. Did you know Cinco de Mayo is the biggest day for avocados? They sell 80 million. Corey blinks. Why do you know that? Rick fires back. Because I read. Chumley naturally hijacks the topic. Margaritas, sombreros, mustaches. Let's have a party. Rick tries to explain the actual Battle of Puebla, but Chum cuts him off. I thought we were having a party, not a lecture. Poor Rick. Fiesta canceled, kind of.
80 million avocados for Cinco de Mayo?
Why do you know that?
Because I read. Don't you read?
Not about avocados, no.
Then business kicks off. Rick greets a man holding a Claude Monet painting. The guy casually says, the owner died, so I ended up with it. Rick's jaw drops. So, a real Monet? The seller nods. It was insured for $2.1 million. Rick practically forgets to breathe. If this is legit, he says, we're talking millions. The seller's hoping to walk out a millionaire. Rick calls in his art expert. Because if this thing's real, it's about to be the most expensive Pawn Stars deal ever.
Well, it's a Claude Monet painting.
Is there just a weird chance that your name is Claude Monet, or is this actually the Claude Monet?
No, this is the actual guy.
Okay, where in the hell did you get this?
Rick gives a crash course in Impressionism, like he's prepping for Pawn Stars, the college course. Monet started the Impressionist movement. Guys like Renoir followed. His blurry, colorful brushstrokes changed art forever. Rick examines the painting, muttering, could this be early period Monet? The seller hands him documentation, museum insurance papers, even even a Las Vegas art museum tag from 1997. It all checks out. Rick's sweating. "Let me get my art guy down here," he says. Cue dramatic music.
Named after his painting Impression Sunrise. That's why his paintings are worth so much money. Things that made Monet paintings so great. They were a little bit blurry, that's Impressionism, but you could still see detail and depth.
Meanwhile, Corey's handling something much heavier, a firefighter water cannon from the 1930s. The seller bought it at auction, thinking it'd be fun to water flowers with. "You didn't just buy a hose?" Corey asks. The guy wants $700. Corey explains, when fire trucks came around, these were state-of-the-art. It's cast iron, bronze, and brass. Basically, the Rolls-Royce of 1930s hoses. Corey starts the haggling war. Seller says $650. Corey fires back with $600. They shake hands. Sold. Corey's fireproof instincts win again.
Seems like a big ordeal, man. You don't got a hose you could use?
Well, I picked it up at an auction a couple of years ago. I'm hoping to get at least $700.
Next up, Chumley's helping a man with Volkswagen silver bars. Each bar commemorates VW's 25th year in America. Corey jokes, "You still want that banana yellow Beetle, right?" Chum nods proudly. With a surfboard rack. The seller explains he got them from a customer who couldn't pay their bill. He wants $400 total. Corey calculates instantly. 8 ounces of silver, $20 an ounce, $160. Seller laughs. You can always go higher. Corey deadpans, "Not in this economy."
This stuff never lasts around the store. I know I could get some money out of it pretty quick. I'll go $600.
I miss it. We got a deal.
All right.
$600 is a fair price.
The seller tries pushing for $250, but Corey refuses. "My grandpa will shoot me if I pay over spot price. It's $160 or nothing." The seller sighs. "Better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick." Deal. As Corey counts the cash, he grins at Chum. Volkswagen's motto should be, "You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit." The seller walks out muttering something about decadent 1980s silver bars. Corey shrugs. At least it's shiny.
25th anniversary of Volkswagen selling vehicles in the U.S. market.
I remember you used to dream about having a Beetle. What did you want it, like banana yellow with a surfboard rack on it or something?
Yeah,
really bad. That's all he would talk about.
Back at the counter, Chum and Rick are still prepping for the Cinco de Mayo party. Chum suggests candy piñatas. Rick insists on cash piñatas. Then Rick naturally launches into another history lecture. Cinco de Mayo's about the Battle of Puebla, not Independence Day. Chumley interrupts. "Wasn't it like Mayonnaise Day?" Rick groans. "No, Independence Day's September 16th. Chum mutters, "Sounds miserable." Rick grins. "You'd love my book on Mexican history." Chum deadpans. "That sounds really miserable."
Sweet, be fun. Do you know that mostly in Mexico they don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
What?
Do you know what Cinco de Mayo was?
Was it like mayonnaise?
No, it was the Battle of Puebla.
Rick's back to the Monet madness. Expert Brett arrives and gasps, "This is the Monet." He gushes about how Impressionism revolutionized color and light. "If authentic," he says, "this could be a $5 million painting." But then he frowns. There are red flags. The texture's too flat, color's too limited. He calls in a second expert for backup. Rick agrees. "If it's fake, I'd rather find out before I sell my house." No kidding.
Oh my gosh, this is the Monet.
This is it.
All right. Monet's one of the biggies. I mean, when you think of fine art masters, Monet's right up there near the top.
Meanwhile, Chum, Corey, and the old man are plotting. "We can't let Rick come to the party," Chum says. "He'll just talk history all night." Corey agrees. "He's a walking Wikipedia," the old man laughs. "He gets that from me, but the annoying part's all him." They hatch a plan. Fake a history conference, or send him to Paw Rump for the day. Chum giggles. "If we're partying, I'm bringing a pitcher of margaritas." The old man smirks. "And I ain't sharing." Absolute chaos incoming.
Do you really want to have a history lesson, or do you want to party?
I have to agree with you, Chumley. Rick can't be a damn bore. We can just explain to him we don't want him there.
Back to the Monet. Second expert Gerard arrives, inspecting every brushstroke like Sherlock Holmes with a paintbrush. He explains Monet's style, age indicators, and signature cracking patterns. "This should have cracks. 150 years old, it should show age." He finds none. Also, no texture through the canvas. Rick's face drops. Gerard sighs. "It's in the style of Monet, but not by Monet." Boom. Dream shattered. Seller looks like he just lost the lottery. Rick just mutters, "Figures."
Gerard is the man that I go to in our gallery when we have masterpieces come through just to verify authenticity and things like that. I trust his opinion implicitly.
The seller asks, "How sure are you?" Gerard doesn't flinch. 200% sure. The paint's too new, the surface too flat. Rick pats the man's shoulder. Well, it's not every day you find out you don't have millions. The guy sighs. Guess I'll hang it in my living room. Rick smiles awkwardly. Hey, at least it's pretty. That's about as comforting as losing the jackpot and being handed a free sandwich.
Indication of who it could be. You will have all the oil paint sweating through the canvas.
So is it real?
But it's not, absolutely not by the end of Claude Monet.
Finally, it's fiesta time. Rick shows up to the shop with sombreros, expecting a full-on Cinco de Mayo bash. Corey, chum, where's everyone? The place is empty. Rick checks his phone. Nothing. He walks around yelling, guys? All he finds are decorations, chips, and a card labeled fun facts. Uh-oh. You can see the rage building like a volcano.
The guys told me the party was going to be at the shop at 5 p.m. in the back lot. Corey.
Rick reads the note aloud. People are interested in the historical aspect of holidays, so we went to barn. Then, read the fun facts to find us. He looks around in disbelief. I paid for this party. From a distance, Corey's voice yells, read the facts. Chumley shouts, we just stole a bottle of tequila from the winner. Rick sighs, staring at the empty shop. You guys? End scene. Fiesta ruined. Knowledge gained. Rick Harrison, professor without a party.
Guys, where are you at?
We start this one off hot. Literally, a customer strolls in holding what looks like a toy car, but not just any toy. A 1969 pink rear loader Beach Bomb Hot Wheel. Rick's jaw drops. That's the holy grail of Hot Wheels, isn't it? The guy smirks. It sure is. The car's mint, surfboard's still attached, and then he drops the bomb. He wants $150,000. Rick stares at him like he just ordered a $500 Big Mac. Let me call a friend.
Well, prepare to be amazed. The rarest Hot Wheel in the world.
Is that what I think it is?
The pink 1969 rear load Beach Bomb.
That's the holy grail of Hot Wheels, isn't it?
It sure is.
Rick's nostalgia kicks in. When I was a kid, Hot Wheels were everything. Camaro, Mustang, you name it. He explains how this prototype version was never sold to the public, only tested. The customer casually adds, I've got about 6,000 Hot Wheels at home. Rick nearly faints. You're Hot Wheel crazy. The man nods proudly, and we all know this is about to be a collector showdown.
Tidbits of history and collecting that, generally you see in some guy's personal little museum or something like that. I mean, Hot Wheels came out in '68.
Rick calls his buddy Johnny, the toy expert from Toy Shack. Johnny, I've got something wild, Rick says. You better bring gloves. The seller grins, completely confident. It's the only one like it. You can practically feel Rick's nervous energy. If this thing's real, he could buy a new shop with the profit, or a lifetime supply of Hot Wheels.
So what do you want for it?
$150,000. A bargain for the rarest of all rare toys.
150 grand. Damn.
Johnny the Toy Shack expert arrives. Rick hands him the Hot Wheel like it's a Fabergé egg. Johnny gasps, this is the pink rear loader Beach Bomb. He explains how Matchbox ruled the 60s, but Hot Wheels changed everything. Faster, sleeker, flashier. Only 2 pink ones known to exist, Johnny says. And this is the prototype. Rick's jaw hits the floor. So, it's real? Johnny nods. 100%.
Well, you supposedly know this guy?
Hey, what's up, Bruce? How are you?
He has this, supposedly it's,
It is. Wow.
This is supposedly the greatest, most expensive Hot Wheels ever.
Johnny inspects it under a magnifier, describing every flaw and mark. The lettering, the bumpers, the casting, they all match the prototype. This base is different from production models. He pauses, then grins. This is a legit prototype, Rick, easily worth $100,000. Rick whistles. That's one expensive toy. Johnny laughs. Yeah, but this one changed the entire die-cast industry.
This is the rarest and most sought-after Hot Wheel in existence.
All right, so this is legit.
This has changed the industry of collecting Hot Wheels. Nobody thought that anybody could make an impact on Matchbox. Matchbox dominated the die-cast market. And then when Hot Wheels came out in '68, it was over.
Now comes the big negotiation. Rick's ready to buy, but not to break the bank. The seller opens strong, $150,000. Rick shoots back, $60,000. The seller frowns. Rick bumps it to $65,000. The guy drops to $140,000. They're galaxies apart. Rick goes to $70,000. Final offer. The seller shakes his head. No deal. This is my pink baby, he says. Rick sighs. Well, thanks for bringing it in. No sale, but a piece of Hot Wheel history just rolled through the shop.
Everything looks 100% correct.
Okay. So what do you think it's worth?
These were like 60 cents back in the 60s, and now they're still under $1. There's some heavy hitters in the Hot Wheel world that would jump on a prototype like this. It'd be easily $100,000 for this car.
Cut to Corey and Chumley, who are about to take a detour to space. A woman brings in 2 round Weltron UFO stereos from the 1970s. They were part of my divorce party, she laughs. Space-age music for a new life. Corey loves the design. Bright white spheres with 8 tracks and cassettes. But Chumley's like, I'm all about digital downloads. Translation, he's never seen one before.
I don't even touch it. Let me call a friend. He owns a toy shack right down the street. He's a pretty big dealer in toys.
He sure is. I know him.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him a call. You hang out, just guard that thing.
Okay.
The seller wants $3,000 for both stereos. Corey bursts out laughing. They look like they came off a 70s Star Trek set. He tests one. It works, kind of. The sound's as fuzzy as Chumley's Logic. They're cool, Corey admits, but they're novelty. He offers $500. She begs for $600. He refuses. They settle on $550. You beat me down, she sighs. Corey grins. That's my job.
1969, United States first put a man on the moon. 1970, Weltron and JVC, those were 2 to kind of hop on this space age thing.
I mean, yeah, obviously in the early 70s, everything was about space. Just about everybody was making something kind of space-aged.
Next, we find Chumley declaring himself an author. Rick's trying to read Sammy Davis Jr.'s memoir, and Chum interrupts, my life would make a better book. Rick groans, you usually write a memoir after you've accomplished something. Chumley deadpans, there's a war on these streets, Rick. You gotta be careful out there. Rick just stares, silently questioning his life choices.
I'm reading Sammy Davis Jr.'s memoir. There's a lot of people out there with really interesting lives, and it's fun to read about it.
Kind of like my life.
I imagine your life is pretty boring, actually.
My life ain't boring. My life would be the best memoir ever.
Then, a new customer arrives with something big, an etching by Rembrandt. She says it's called Rembrandt's Mother with her hand on her chest. Rick's instantly intrigued. Rembrandt, huh? That's impressive. She's hoping for $10,000. Rick gives her a history lesson on etching. Wax, acid, copper plates, all that. He explains states, meaning the number of times a plate was reworked. Early states equal more money. The seller's eyes light up. It could be the 2nd state, she says. Rick smiles nervously. Could also be the 7th.
I have here an etching of one of the most famous moms in the world. This is an etching by Rembrandt.
Where did you get this?
I have some awesome friends who decided I was worth it, and they gave it to me for my birthday.
Rick explains how early Rembrandt states can fetch 6 figures. If this is 1st or 2nd state, his hands touched it. The seller beams, ready to cash in. Rick calls in Brett, his art expert. If anyone can tell us the state, it's Brett. As they wait, Chumley's still writing his memoir. He tells Rick, you're the villain in my story. Rick glares. You'd still be flipping burgers if it wasn't for me. Chumley grins. And that's chapter 1.
The spongy part would go into those valleys and suck the ink off, and you'd pull it off and you'd have, that's your etching. The one problem was though, copper is really, really soft, and when you squish it a lot, you start screwing it up.
Brett arrives to inspect the Rembrandt and instantly nerds out. Rembrandt is the most esteemed printmaker in history, he says. He examines the lines and tonalities. Before Rembrandt, no one captured human expression like this. Then, plot twist, he recognizes it. This is from the Millennium Edition, printed from the original plate, but hundreds of years later. The seller's face drops faster than the stock market.
It could possibly be his mother. I need to know what state and what the value is of this etching. And if anybody will know, it will be Brett. Oh, Rembrandt.
Fantastic. You don't get much better than Rembrandt.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Brett confirms it's real, but not Rembrandt's handwork. It's pressed from his plate, but produced by Park West in the 20th century. Heavy ink, no subtle detail. Translation, it's authentic, but not that authentic. Value? Around $1,500 to $2,000. Rick sighs. The seller forces a smile. I was hoping for 10 grand. Rick offers $800. She declines, deciding to keep it. I'll just hang it on my wall, she says. Still beautiful. Rick agrees. That's one way to enjoy a $2,000 art lesson.
One of the things that's interesting about this particular print, I don't know, did you notice the signature?
Yes, it's dark.
Exactly. The inks are very heavy on this particular print. Now, looking at the plate marks are very clear. So it's It's definitely an authentic etching.
Yes.
And I do believe it's from the original plate.
Back in the shop, Chumley's finally finished his memoir. He holds it proudly, The Book of Chum. Rick demands to see it. The old man cackles, "You look like that Manson guy on the cover." Rick flips through it, blank pages. "There's nothing in here." Chumley smirks. "You know what they say, Rick? You judge a book by its cover." Rick snaps, "That's literally the opposite of the saying."
Banging it is not going to make it work.
Book's done.
Book's done.
So overnight you finished a book.
Yep.
Let me see the cover.
You don't want to see it. Pretty good picture, huh?
You look like that Manson guy.
Let me see the book. There's nothing in it.
You know what they say, Rick?
Chum defends it. It's a working title. Maybe 50 Shades of Chum? Rick groans. The old man just mutters, "Damn shame." Fade out on Rick shaking his head as Chumley grins like he just published a masterpiece. No record-breaking sales, but definitely record-breaking nonsense.
You judge a book by its cover, and that's one hell of a cover.
They don't judge books by their cover.
There's gonna be some good content in there too.
And what's the name of this book?
Well, it's a working title right now. Just thinking maybe The Book of Chum.
It all starts with a guy bringing in what he claims is a Civil War drum. The story, passed down from a family friend, complete with 13-star flag symbolism. Rick's intrigued, but something feels off. The drum is almost too decorative for wartime use. Could this be battlefield relic, or just fancy parade noise?
I've got a Civil War drum.
Okay.
I've been in the family since I was a kid.
Why did you need a band in the Civil War?
I came down to the pawn shop today because I've got a Civil War drum that I'd really like to sell. It doesn't have too much sentimental value to it, so that's why we decided to sell it.
Rick brings in his go-to history expert, who drops the truth bomb. It's not a Civil War piece. It's a beautifully crafted late 19th century parade drum. Definitely cool, but not battle-worn. The seller's crushed, but Rick offers $500 after some intense back and forth. Deal sealed.
Apparently we have a really old drum, and I figured if anybody would know anything about it, would be another old drum.
The guys normally call me down when they have an artifact that they want a little bit more information about.
Meanwhile, Chumley decides he's ready to step up and man security. Yep, Chum is security. It goes about as well as you'd expect. The old man calls it a disaster waiting to happen. Corey jokes about getting robbed, and Rick threatens to take away Chum's imaginary pistol.
I'm a badass anyways.
That's an accident waiting to happen, son.
Well, you're not going to do it, are you?
No.
Well, we got to have somebody work the door, and Chumley's volunteering.
Really gonna let Twiddly D man the door.
Next up, Rick and the old man check out a 1922 photographer's printing table. It's a cool relic used to print postcards, complete with antique light bulbs and red room vibes. The seller paid $60 and wants up to $10,000. Yes, $10,000. Rick counters at $350. The seller walks.
This is the 1922 photographer's printing table. Well, all the parts are here, and I think it's got some pretty cool components, especially this hand-blown glass light bulb.
That's probably got like one of the smallest filaments I've ever seen in a light bulb.
Then we get one of the best training montages ever. Antoine training Chum on how to work security. Let's just say Antoine's patience is tested. Chum suggests chokeholds and clubs. Antoine just wants him to stay alert and not terrify customers.
We gotta pay, it's attention to detail, bro. Like, sit up. I'm trying to train Chum to run security, but he's not really taking it that serious.
So what are we looking for?
Well, we're looking for shoplifters, thieves. We're looking for anything unusual.
A seller brings in 1946 Royal Riders motorcycle memorabilia, complete with helmet, kidney belt, and goggles. Rick calls in Danny for the lowdown. Turns out it's a sweet post-World War II biker outfit, possibly tied to early American motorcycle culture, but sadly, not worn by Ed Kretz himself.
Yeah, this is the way they used to ride. The helmet was to keep you warm, it wasn't to protect your head.
I've been in motorcycle accidents, and this wouldn't have been a fun thing to have crashed in.
I came down to the shop today to sell my 1946 Royal Riders motorcycle memorabilia.
Danny estimates its value at $1,200 to $1,500. The seller wants $1,500, but settles at $1,200 after classic Corey-style negotiation. It's a win, even if it didn't belong to motorcycle royalty.
He held, speed records. He was kind of a pioneer in aggressive, competitive motorcycling. The Royal Riders were a pretty significant club because it was really early on. I mean, these guys formed in the 40s, and that's an awfully long time ago to start a motorcycle club.
A guy rolls in with a 1652 sixpence coin, hoping to make bank. He wants $3,000, but the coin has been through it, cracked, worn, and graded as damaged. Rick offers $500. The seller's ego takes a hit, and he declines.
What do we got here?
It's a 1652 sixpence.
Okay. Rick, this looks like it's run over by a truck.
What do you expect? It's 359 years old. I decided to come down to the pawn shop today to sell my 1652 sixpence.
In true chum fashion, he tries making a deal at the door for a Middle Eastern sword, offering $700 like he's got cashier authority. Corey shuts it down immediately. Security guards don't negotiate. Chumley, sit down.
Welcome to Gold and Silver. Whoa, hey, what do you got there?
Middle Eastern sword from the late 1800s.
What do you want for it?
About $1,000.
I'll give you 700.
Chumley.
What?
Security guards don't make deals on the fly.
Finally, Rick brings in Antoine again for a high-end escort. Chumley is still on his wannabe Secret Service kick, but Rick opts to walk the customer to the car himself. That about sums up Chum's new job.
Hey, Pops.
What?
I just bought a watch off a guy for $5,000. I need Antoine to walk him to the car.
Antoine's still out. You got Barney Fife over at the door.
Walk him to the car myself.
Wow, it looks like Chum really found his calling.
Don't you know it, Corey?